It is Saturday, everybody. I'm a little tired at the moment. My sleep schedule, as per usual, is so messed up. What's up, Darkly? How are you? Christian, howdy howdy. Just got up from a little nap, trying to recharge a little bit. And by recharge, I mean I guess technically I have not been to bed yet. When did I wake up last night? I woke up, midnight? 1? Midnight or 1? I can't think. And that's about how long I've been up. No, and I went to bed around like 1. So just like 3 hours ago. Sup, Stareface? Happy Saturday, guys. What's up, Ruchi? How are you? Alfie's here. We got Sheldor. Lover reactions to this week's Peacemaker and Gravity Falls. One Piece as well. I like that. That last little bit there. That One Piece as well. Hell yeah, man. Peacemaker was wild. Way to kick off the DCU with full frontal orgies. What the hell? That was the last thing I expected. But wild episode. And Gravity Falls, charming to like, yeah, all in the same sentence. Let's talk about that real quick. Oh my god. Yeah, wild combination this week. But yeah, it's fucking fantastic, man. Episode 6 so far, which is the one I just recorded and put up on Patreon this week. It might be one of my favorite ones so far. What's up, Dion? How are you? I'm glad you're liking GF. Likewise. Random question, but what kind of music and bands are you into? My musical tastes are like all over the place. Like some of my favorite bands are like Linkin Park, hell, even current still. Skillet, Korn, Rise Against, and then like artists in general, what I want to say, like here, Cher, Lady Gaga, yeah, I don't know. My musical tastes are pretty wide. If you went through my phone, it's kind of a roller coaster, except for the fact that like I generally don't listen to a lot of country. There might be like 1 or 2 songs that get the pass for me, and then yeah. Some Jazzy, cool shirt, thank you. Just came in this week. Love all your reactions. You're so genuine and kind. I try to be. My kindness can wear thin sometimes, though. But usually, you gotta really get on a nerve to kind of get that, though. That was such a wild scene. Yes, it was, dude. Holy shit. What the hell? Oh, thank you, Ian Plays, for the super chat. Just watched your Mission Impossible video, and I liked it. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I quite enjoyed it. It's still kind of surreal to be like, hey, that was the last one. Well, then again, we'll see. We'll see. Now, I do believe like that Tom Cruise probably would, you know, it means that when he retires or whatever, when this is done with the character, let alone the fact that I think his body, as the older he gets, does have its limits. But I'd be shocked if the studios don't try to reboot it or do something like that in the near future. I once seen in Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1. Wild. That is an understatement. Peacemaker retcon has already caused some noise on social media. What's funny is technically it's not a retcon, because technically we're in a separate universe in Season 2 where the events of Season 1 is pretty much the same, barring that one scene. So technically Season 1 still is out there in the multiverse, I counted on my physical media releases, but I'm not surprised at all. In the notebook that I bought this summer, I was almost 20 plus movies on Blu-ray, 4K, 3D, DVD, etc., including James Stewart Harvey, and pre-ordering Superman on 4K Blu-ray. Hell yeah, man. What was the last one I got? I can't remember. I think the last one I got was the full series of Superman and Lois on Blu-ray. How was your week? It's been good. Work was pretty chill for the most part this week. Catching up on a couple things, and now I think at least this upcoming week and for a little bit. I say this now, but we'll see. I only have to worry about things as they come, which is kind of nice. So at least like with the Peacemaker drop, with the Alien Earth drop, and then just the regular stuff for the time being. So for the most part, it is going to be a little chill. I know you wanted to see Life of Chuck, and I think react to it, but no one seems to be talking about it. You still don't want it? I wonder if it's worth it. I mean, as far as whether it's going to be worth it if and when I do react to it, because I do plan on doing so. I don't know what I don't know what the reward is going to be there. I'll probably end up eating most of the cost on that one. That's like over $100 to edit. Because like I said, for movies, I sure as shit am not doing it myself. Not with everything else. So there's no way it's going to pull in enough to make that back, but we'll see. Let's see. I haven't seen Peacemaker yet. Well, prepare yourself. Have I had a good August? It's almost September already. It's been a pretty decent little month. Nothing too exciting, nothing too over the top. I've been trying to like hold back on some things because after all the conventions over the last couple of months, it's time to try to recover the wallet for a little bit. Especially considering I still have tires to replace because of fucking Philadelphia and going to PeachCon. I'm still riding on the donut on my front right tire. But we have two vehicles, so I've just not been taking mine as for the time being. What's up, Nikki? How are you? Doing good. How are the fur babies? Everybody's doing good. Biscuit came by. If you haven't seen my Instagram or my TikTok, spent a little time with Biscuit today. Cookies outside running around. Everybody inside though is doing great. Haven't seen Jumbo today yet, but give it time. What's up, Michael? How are you? Let's see. Did you see the first look of Devil May Cry Season 2? I did. And it looks like, oh crap, maybe we're running into some trouble. Let's wake up Dante. We may need his help, I guess. Yeah. I'm very, very interested to see where they're taking the story for this. Because again, it's very different. Completely different from anything in the games at this point. So it's very much its own beast. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but I'm excited because Season 2, Virgil and Dante will be clashing. Let's see who is thirsty this week. Who's our money on? Ginger's not here yet. Been following the new Harry Potter castings this week and filming spoilers on set. Oh. For a second, the way I read that was that you were the one filming spoilers on the sets. I was like, oh gosh, we got a new Canada graphs here. Interesting. Yeah, I got no interest in it at all. I've not been keeping up with any of it. You think there could be a third season of Daredevil Born Again? Well, I think they just officially said production or filming started just recently on Season 3. So I think we are getting a Season 3. Which means that our speculations on what Charlie Cox meant last time may in fact be a little more accurate than what everybody else was a little worried about. What's up, Roberto? How are you doing, man? Nice shirt. Thank you. I'm doing good. A little groggy still kind of trying to wake up for the time being. What I like about your reactions is how perceptive you are. You notice things that fly over the heads of many reactors, and also how you really seem to get the psychology of the characters. Well, thank you. I mean, that's one thing I take a lot of pride in, I'd say, is just I'd say my empathy. Because I mean, I feel very strongly, and I think I understand people pretty well. I'm sure there's some like deeper themes and stuff like that I definitely miss. But yeah, I try to see more than just the surface level, depending on the movie. Some movies, literally the surface level is as deep as you're gonna get. But I appreciate that a lot. Still haven't seen that last Mission Impossible film. It's pretty solid. I need to rewatch the last one because I still don't know how I feel about it by comparison. But these last two, like just like I say in my video, if you get around to it, it's at some point. I like them. I like them all. I like every film in the franchise. But I'd say these last two I'd put just above 2 for me, which is at the bottom of my ranking list. But it's still solid. It's still solid. Right now, like I said, if having not watched the last one in a minute, I think I like this one more than the last film. Anyone remember Baravian Prime Minister, whose death from Hawkgirl has so much meme potential from all of his shocked faces? Yeah. I was just watching Bad Medicine's reaction to Superman this week. Or not this week. Literally today. I mean, that's still this week. Whatever. I was watching that, and then just the edit. You know, the drop and then the bloop into the glass. Ah, so good. So clean. What's up, Christina? How are you? Hey friend, I am loving Alien Earth and enjoying your reactions, by the way. How do you enjoy them using the allegory of children being exploited by corporations that are mentally infantile but physically not? I haven't really dived into that part of it. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know how to tackle that part of it. Honestly, that had not crossed my mind at all. Feels like an allegory for humans today, so very grown, but so mentally juvenile. You might be thinking harder than the show is right now, but that is a thing I'm going to try to keep in the back of my mind at the moment. I'm not so sure that's what they're intending to tackle at the moment, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye out with that in mind. But I'm enjoying the show so far, mostly the philosophical debates. That's a lot of my favorite stuff, is the I mean, hell, I mean everything going on with the kids and Prodigy and everything like that. Although, how was Hannah Waddingham in it? I mean, she was in it, she had what, maybe like 2 minutes, minute and a half of screen time, I'd say. In it, it was weird as hell hearing her not have her regular accent, you know, putting on an American voice for her character. But yeah, no, she's great. A lot of faces, a lot of familiar faces just kind of pop up randomly all throughout through the film. It was kind of hilarious. Trammell Tillman is not the only Severance person in here. That's all I'll say. But you gotta be paying attention. You might not catch. Sup, Terrence? So my brother, how are you? Good. A little tired, but good. I have 5 episodes left in season 2 of the X-Files, but episode 20 has moved up to my top favorite so far. you'd think I would be able to tell you off the top of my head which episodes are what based on the number, but that is not true. Oh, Humbug. Yeah, dude. Humbug is an all-time... That is a fan favorite for a multitude of reasons. And yeah, I fucking love it. The guy was like, towards the end of it, when he's just like, better watch out or everybody in America will end up looking like that guy. And then it just points over to Mulder, who's just standing up almost like Captain Morgan, foot up on that stoop, and just be like, yeah. It's just it's like one of the first really cheeky, funny X-Files episodes that still is relatively creepy, especially with the practical effects in that one. And also, that's where I first learned about the Fiji mermaid, which I do not hesitate to bring up when I can. But yeah, Humbug is a fantastic episode. I mean, there's been a lot of really good episodes in that season as well, but as you know by this point. What's next? Kalasari. Solid. Oh god. Oh, that's not a bad that's just like the topic and the twister-rooney and the reveal is it's uncomfy. There's a couple of those coming up. Anyway, enjoy. The multiverse makes all things possible. Very true. Do you prefer Amazon's release model of 3 episodes, 1 week, then weekly, or Netflix with the binge model? Honestly, I don't know many people who like the Netflix model. I would like if all of them would just do what Peacemaker did, or what most Max shows do, and it's just 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Because the Amazon stuff, I appreciate that we get to week to week. Week to week to me is the best way to go. Hands down. If you want your show to be talked about and fawned over for anything longer than like 2 weeks, unless you are like one of the rare ones, usually the conversation dies real quick once everybody's already kind of gone through it. But with it's a compromise what Amazon does with the 3 right out the gate, and then because you only end up with like what, 6 weeks of the show. That's what sucks. It's like you could drag that out for another 2 weeks if you wanted to, and also might just be a little selfish of me too, because I don't want to edit 3 episodes to drop that day, but it's still better than editing fucking 8 episodes. Netflix, go to hell. But it's a compromise. I've been getting hit. I don't know why I got that. I have been getting into podcasts that go over each book in the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings series, chapter by chapter. Interesting. Random question: have you ever considered watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? It's a Scooby-Doo show that has a plot throughout the show. I've watched a couple of episodes in my own free time at one point because I was kind of curious about it, but I never finished it. I was definitely intrigued, but I don't know. I don't even remember what happened. I guess I think I just wasn't in the mood to watch one day, and then I just never found myself going back. I mean, I liked what I saw. It was different, very different, but I don't know. I don't know if I loved it. I know I thought I enjoyed it enough. I can't remember. It's been a while. Yep. All right. Yep. Cool. What's up, Rice Cakes? Love the Road Rage shirt. Hell yeah. Stixie, haven't seen you in a minute. Good news. Good news, everyone. Just beat COVID and I'm allowed to go on a plane again to go home tomorrow. Bad news is school/college starts Monday for me. Well, enjoy the little time you have. Forgot to mention Alien Earth as well. Glad you loved episode 3. Yes, I liked episode 3 a lot more than the last couple of episodes. Just because I think we got all the setup out of the way and we can really kind of dive into all this kind of stuff. And I'm very intrigued where we're going to go from this point onward. I've seen a lot of people really pissed off about how easily they took down the xenomorph in there, but again, these are synthetics that we've never seen in the franchise. Again, I'll reiterate, even in that, like, the synthetics we've ever seen were always old models. Old, out-of-date models that were being used because they were either cheap, effective, or disposable. We've never seen a pristine one at the time, let alone anything like this, and we never hear about a model like this ever again. So I have to imagine that Prodigy and all of this stuff probably doesn't survive the show, however many seasons it's going to go through. Even so, yeah, these are special synths, and synths aren't anything to fuck around with to begin with. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why that stuck in my mind. What's up, Russell? How are you doing? Finally made it back to a stream. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good weekend. There's a Witcher podcast that goes over each chapter as well. Interesting. I don't know if that'd be something that would hook me or not. Who's my standout character or characters in Alien Earth? I think Wendy, I think right now is probably the one that stands out the most to me. And her and Morrow, I'm so intrigued by, because I think he's so disconnected from his humanity, both because physically he's made himself less human, but also because everybody since he's done that, or that's happened to him, because we still don't know the scenario that led him to become a cyborg, but also because people do not treat him as human, despite being still mostly human. I really want to know where that's going to go, especially after this little friendship making with I don't know any of the kids' names, but other than Wendy, but the two that he was talking to, the one that he bugged and that he's been communing with now. I'm very interested in that, because I think he's thinking about himself differently through witnessing these kids. Slightly. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know any of their names. Would I watch a teen drama or romance show, or are they just not for you? I mean, we watched Heartstopper, and I'm watching Young Royals, so, but I did not, those were voted upon. I do not think I would ever sit down and be like, I'm gonna watch this. Like, I never would have watched these shows if it weren't for the channel and for the polls, but I love them. It's just not, it's not the type of thing I actively seek out when I'm looking for entertainment in my own right. I would not have watched them otherwise. But Heartstopper is probably one of my favorite things I've watched in a long time too, though. Let's see. Why did you not do the Mission Impossible 8 reaction with rejects after Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning? Just they were just too busy to do what they were going to do. Because I did reach out to Greg about it, and they were just going to tackle it on their own. Because he's got, when we did it with me and John, their team was not nearly as big as it was right now. And then he had their whole group go through the entire franchise a couple of months ago. So it was just a logistical thing to kind of keep on track and just insert John in with their reaction to the people he had on it already. But so yeah, just couldn't fit me in, so it's fine. So I just have a weird little outlier right now on the videos, but it's all good. I totally get it, man. They've got a whole, since we did that reaction, the Real Rejects is as an operation has become a massive machine. So I'm not gonna try to bemoan not throwing a cog in that wheel, wrench in that wheel, wrench in that hickier? Hiccup. We just put a hiccup in everything. By the way, you were wrong with assuming that Fallout Season 2 is going to drop all at once. It will be weekly. Hey, they worded it the way they worded it. But yes, it turns out I was wrong. And it has since come out. It will be weekly. So that it means way less stress since it is releasing alongside the final 2 parts of Stranger Things. Am I familiar with the White Rabbit? She popped up in the episode of Peacemaker walking out the door. I've heard she's a Batman villain. She is. She is. I don't really know much about her. I know of her. I don't think I've ever seen anything with her in it or read anything with her in it, but I'm familiar with the design. Though I will admit, when I was watching the show, I didn't make the connection until after the fact. But yeah. Let's see. What's up, Omni? What's up, Dawson? Was busy last week. Just wanted to say I enjoyed your reaction to Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Won't spoil it, since it's all Christian in the chat hasn't seen it yet. Yes, yes. Fallout Season 2 about to be wild. Yes, indeedy doody. I feel so bad for you in December, Omni, because we have Fallout Season 2, Percy Jackson Season 2, and Wonder Man. Are those also in December? There's no way those are all in December too. Oh my god, fuck off. That's so weird that Disney Plus would be releasing 2 shows in the same window. But there's still no official date given for. There's a date for Percy Jackson. There's not a date for Wonder Man. I'm wondering if it'll get moved. Oh yeah, next Friday is my birthday, Omni. I'll be 23. Hell yeah. Happy early birthday. Not sure how watch both Fallout Season 2 and Stranger Things. Turning them on, watch it. Turn it on the other one and watch it. Finally watched Fallout, and it was so good. Looking forward to Season 2. Know nothing about the game. I recognize a lot of the things that we saw in the trailer for Season 2, having not really played the games at all. I played like maybe an hour and a half of New Vegas once, but I've watched a couple of playthroughs, just random challenges. No one actually just like plowing through the story or anything like that. But I've seen a couple things that I recognize, but I don't know. I'll be mostly going in kind of blind, narrative wise. Won't be able to see Peacemaker until September 1st when I get Max back. Unfortunately, that is unfortunate. Also, there's a horror sci-fi apparel website called Cavity Colors. They released new designs for the X-Files, and one of the shirts glows in the dark. If you've seen some of my recent, I can't remember the last video I wore it in. I have one of their shirts. I think it's this, unless they've got a new one. I have the shirt that they have, at least the last round of it. Ooh, I mean, no, they got new ones. Oh, which includes the one I have, but they have one that I do not recall. I'm gonna have to get these. Yeah, because I got the glow in the dark black and white shirt that I've worn a couple of times now. Well, thank you for the heads up. They have some new shirts on there that I don't think I saw last time. What is your spoiler policy? As in, how far do you go to avoid spoilers, and how upset are you if something is spoiled for you? If something is spoiled for me, I will be quite upset, unless it's something I just don't care about. As far as things that are going on that we talk about or do we not talk about is, for for new movies, like if it came out on Thursday or Friday night or something like that, I won't talk about it that weekend. TV shows are kind of a different beast. If somebody's in the chat and they haven't seen somebody, I'll try to be considerate, but I don't have a hard rule for TV shows and spoilers, because I feel like that's just watch the show. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If it's a show, we're gonna talk about it. But as far as movies, with things being the way they are, the economy and time and going to go do something you can't do at your house, I'll give you a week. I'll give you a week. Or if I just straight up haven't seen it yet. If I haven't seen a thing yet, I would prefer not to really go into it, so I cannot get spoiled. Let's see. I think it's funny, the old man in the episode 2 had a band-aid on his beard. Did he? I did not notice that. Reactor question. My Superman reaction won't be ready for several days. Would you release it when ready, or wait for it to be available on streaming and release it then? You'd probably still do pretty well releasing it right now, but you might be able to catch a bigger wave if you wait for the streaming date when it hits Max or wherever it ends up going, since HBO Max is not reliable as for what properties it's going to get. But I don't know, it's just I think either would work, but you might I don't know, it's hard to say. Sometimes it's hit or miss, man. Sometimes you wait for that streaming date and I haven't seen like a huge thing, but like it's Superman, so I think it'll do good either way, but you might be able to try to sync it up whenever it does come to streaming. With that being said, I am London Graphs. Hell yeah. Let's see. Hey Omni, hope you're doing good as always. I'm not going to be here that long. I'm heading to the state fair. Hell yeah, eat some very terrible shit. I'll give you a question anyways. If Talbot ignored the blue face and joined the Avengers, where is your other one? Do you think they would be able to stop the snap? Actually, I mean, maybe. I don't know how powerful he is, given he's been facing non-powered beings right now. But, I mean, effortlessly. So, I don't know. If he ends up being the thing that destroys the planet, then yeah, he probably could have helped a little bit, if not a lot of bit. I do know about the retcon and about the new Peacemaker intro. Doesn't hit as much as season 1 from what I've seen. Yeah. I mean, it's still cool. It's still good, but it's yeah, it doesn't have the oomph of that the first intro. Do you feel that a lot of the Arrowverse shows would have benefited from less episodes per season? I think later, once we got deeper into the episodes, deeper into the seasons, yes. Sup, Logan? How's life? Life's good. Very good. How about you? Fallout is my favorite Mission Impossible. Likewise. If I had to do a top 10 of movies or TV shows, what would you put them at? Would I put them at? Mission Impossible or what? Or just a general, what would be my top 10 movies or TV shows be? I have a top 10 TV shows. I do not have a top 10 movies, and I will not go on that tangent in this stream. Because we do not have the time for that, because that'll be a tangent that will keep me here all day. What's up, Sleepy? Lindsay, how are you? Week's been good. Week's been good. Do you think they will stop? Go that one. Fallout is my favorite Mission Impossible. Same. What are your predictions for the second half of Wednesday Season 2? I have no idea. We'll save Enid. I think that's a safe prediction. At some point, I should watch Mission Impossible for the channel. I mean, the first one. I haven't seen it. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I did the whole series, though I had seen 1 through 3 before when I started it all, but like it hadn't been for like 20 years, so a lot of both of them I didn't really remember outside of a couple of iconic scenes. So it was still a lot of fun. And then I got into the ones that I have never seen, and that was a lot of fun. It's just a fun series just in general. Do you think that they could stop Thanos from killing Vision, or at the very least stop the snap? Probably. If he's as strong as I think he is, probably. Empathy seems like a rare trait versus personalization, and the increasing level of bias and subjectivity, which isn't bad or anything, just narrow-minded, both consciously and unconsciously. True. True. Yeah. Empathy is getting rarer and rarer these days. But also, I do have my own biases and personalization at the same time. Did you hear Tremel Tillman is going to be in Spider-Man? I did. I've heard a lot of people are going to be in Spider-Man. I'm a little, I don't know. Things have worked out in the past, so we'll see. I'm just, every time I hear a new name, I'm just like, where's this ground level Spider-Man going? Can't wait to see the possible Doomsday castings in 4 days. Yep, coming up. F1, nice. Got zero interest in seeing that film. I hope you enjoyed it though. There are 2 movies Marvel and DC are releasing next year: Supergirl and Spider-Man, Clayface and Doomsday. Which are you excited for, and which studio do you think will have the better movies? Probably DC, if there's any indication. The Clayface movie is going to be really interesting. Better and bigger are going to be 2 very different things. Like the Spider-Man movie, obviously, I think will be enjoyable. Doomsday will be a spectacle. But I would hope and imagine that after things that I've seen, Supergirl and Clayface will probably come out hidden hard, hidden heavy. And which studio do you think will have the best? Oh yeah, I already answered that. Let's see. What's up, Geek Ledger? Watched season 2 premiere. It was awesome, and I will say, definitely won't be introducing my dad to this. The orgy scene really solidified that my dad's brain would explode. Yeah, that was unexpected. Did I see previewed Superman reaction? They got so emotional. I got, how far into it did I get? I haven't finished it. I had to stop while I was watching it. But, yeah, no, like, so... What was it? I can't remember. I can't remember where I stopped on it. It was not very far into the movie. And yeah, both of them, their eyes were glassed over real hard. Which is fun to see, and I can't wait to see where it goes from there. Can I say I love that Peacemaker of all things drew attention to the fact that toxic masculinity isn't gender specific. I love them bringing that to light, you know. I do too, and also it's still a hilarious bit. And War of the Worlds is cinema. Oh my god, that movie is so bad. I worry for reactors covering Stranger Things Season 5 in the coming months, since Netflix has been hitting hard on a lot of reactors. Yeah, they've been a bunch of assholes with Wednesday and Heartstopper and stuff as of late. I don't know what the hell. It used to be real chill working with Netflix and stuff like that up until for a long time. And then they've just kind of been, I don't know, on a spree. I actually watched Wednesday for the first time this week. Hell yeah, I hope you liked it. I really like, I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. Apparently that Ice Cube War of the Worlds on Prime is the worst movie of 2025. Debatably, maybe a worst movie of all time. Depending on who you talk to. Also, jumping tracks a bit, previous stream, you said you didn't like how the gameplay looked in the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Care to elaborate? The combat cycles for the animations, like the combos, were not very varied, and the animations and the combat seemed extremely sluggish. But again, could feel completely differently when I'm actually playing it, but just watching it, it looked like the gameplay loops were not inviting to my liking, at least. Always excited to watch your Gravity Falls and Young Royals reactions now that I missed the Owl House and Heartstopper reactions. Hell yeah, that's the plan. Follow-up question, why didn't you like Jimmy Olsen? Because he didn't act like any Jimmy Olsen I've ever seen, and the bits where he's just a cruel kind of dick for no reason, not into it. Like when he's just hanging out with the gang at the planet just being Jimmy, that was fine. But the whole bit with him and Eve, I hated that. Lily Chan, I saw your thing pop up. There you are! Thank you so much yet again for your super chat, Lily. Love your cat posts on Instagram. Remember the videos I shared of Luda's bird gift. Have any of your cats ever brought you anything like that? Also, K-pop Demon Hunters for me tomorrow. I'm so excited. Hell yeah. Hope you enjoy yourself. And yes, none of my current cats have ever done that. But then again, none of mine are allowed outside, barring Jumba and Cookie. I mean, Jumba really is just an outside cat, but yeah, none of the other ones have really brought me anything. I mean, it wasn't for me, but when the kittens were still out there with their mom, with Floof, when she was taking care of them, if I lapsed on feeding them or putting food out, she would go on the hunt. There was a whole ass degloved squirrel on our back deck one day because she brought them a whole ass squirrel. Yeah, so that was something. But I would not call that a gift. That was to feed the babies. My God, I can't believe how behind I already am today. How the hell did that happen? I haven't really gone on any tirades. Wow, we are really behind. Let's see. I don't know if anybody's talked about War of the Worlds as like the second Sinners of this year. I would hope not. Citizen Kane could never be a screen life movie. What? Like, he's a big sci-fi fantasy guy, but I'm going to take James Gunn's comment that you didn't need to see every project to know what's going on and recommend my dad that he skip Peacemaker. Probably should get around with it. Really? I think they're creating some allegories with that concept, even to the point where they're so very predatory references, i.e. Neverland Ranch, grooming a kid in a sex club, let's play. Well, that, I mean, it's not intentionally making a reference to the Neverland Ranch at all, nearly making the comparisons to Peter Pan and Neverland there. That's the idea. I think that's just maybe, I don't know, that might be just something you're making a connection to in your head because of real life things. I don't think, I haven't seen anything in the show, at least for me, that feels like that's at all something they're thinking about while doing that. Predatory, yes, in the way that they need children for this process, for their ideas and their potential, but it's more out of vanity than, well, then maybe you might never ranch. I don't know. Maybe you might be onto something. Again, I'll have to watch the next couple episodes with that in mind. Will I watch Scream 7 when it comes out? No, I will definitely, probably even just pirate that. I ain't watching that shit. I am not supporting that shit. I probably won't. I won't cover it either. Fuck it. If I watch it, it'll be pirated. Also loving the Kingdom Hearts music in the background. Hell yeah. Omni Coulson is my favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character. Valid. Very valid choice. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, have you heard of a channel called Super Butter Buns? I have. If not, they are really funny and they have a bunch of KH content. I mean, Super Butter Buns is one of the biggest KH content creators. So yeah. I'm familiar. I highly recommend them. Every time I see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I see Dove Cameron and I think of her Descendants role. Is Fall of Season 2 releasing the season all at once, like Season 1, or weekly? As it's been mentioned up until this point, they're doing a weekly model this time around. But it'll probably be first 3 and then, I don't know, I've heard it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, but Amazon usually does 3 and then weekly, so I don't know. We'll wait until we get a little bit closer right now, because I think it's all mostly speculation at this point. She was an animated Spider-Gwen once, though. My personal favorite model is either a 2-episode premiere or a 2-episode finale, not both, but one or the other. I just prefer 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's me. I also prefer weekly. HBO did it with the Penguin and as well, and that was a great decision. I'm sure they'll do the same with Lanterns. I'm sure they will as well. That paired with week to week is great. Also, what are your reaction to Cracker Barrel remodel / change? It's to the logo change is asinine. That is the most brain dead thing I've ever seen. I hate this like siphoning of the soul of all these different franchises. Not that they have them or anything of the sort, but god damn it, man. Even every building now, whether it's Taco Bell, Wendy's, McDonald's, all look like just a palette swap of the same beige bullshit. When they used to have like an actual like feeling, vibe, and like, this minimalist corporate dead bullshit logo thing, I hate it. And Cracker Barrel is the one I would least expect to have done what they've done, because it defeats the entire aesthetic of the entire shtick by doing that. I hate it. I don't love Cracker Barrel or either. I don't like. I very rarely will ever go. It just like the concept of the fact that it's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. As a design person, I hate it. As an artist, I hate it. As a person who likes his shit to have some kind of personality, I hate it. I will die of happiness if and when you ever react to Fringe. One day, man, one day. Which at one point to their own private armies that ruled the Ross outside of any political faction. I think Prodigy is a rift on the real-life Pullman City. I don't even know what you're talking about on that front. I have no idea what that is. By the name of it, at least. But the private army thing, I mean, the whole corporate aspect of this has been in Alien since the very first film. So that's not new. They're just a new corporation alongside Weyland-Yutani and the other big four. They all have their private militaries. They all have their private cities. They have their own currency. They have their own everything. Your work is all contracted with the company. Everything you do is through the company. That's always been an Alien thing. But I don't know. Pullman City, I don't know anything about it, so it may be completely on a different tangent about all of that. But there are no nations in the world of Alien. Every continent is owned by a different company. I discovered the show Fallout this year, and the day I finished this season 2 trailer came out. That's good timing. What's up, Ginger? How are you and the kiddies? All good on this front. Hope you're doing well. Omni, did you know I'm a very chill guy? I would hope so. Dion passes the vibe check. Sometimes. I'm going to come out and say I have not seen Sinners, and I'm no interest in it, mainly because all I hear is how good it is, and I'm like, okay, I get it. That's great. I'm just not going to watch it, you know? Okay. Good on you. It's probably one of the best movies. It's definitely one of the top 3 movies that have come out this year, for sure. Especially if we're talking live action. If we're talking live action, it's probably the best movie that's come out this year at least that I've seen. But that's not going to deter you, because Logan, for whatever reason, feels deterred by good things. But I get it. I did the same thing with Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. I didn't watch either one until they were like each halfway over before I finally took the plunge. And they were one of them was the best decision I ever made. How do you feel about them still writing Avengers Doomsday even though it's already filming? I mean, that's how they did the last ones. It's kind of the exact same process. Was it easy? She practically died taking out one of the with the critical damage. They should be able to take out a lone alien. Your average synth, like that we've seen in the franchise, no. Her specifically, I think she's an anomaly. She's different. So I'll agree that I personally do not have any issue with her taking out a Xeno. But that's only because I'm giving it the leniency that I need to for it. But yeah, you're right. She did almost die taking it out. She was critically damaged. And had Kirsch not suspended her programming or her hardware, she may have died. I still don't even know what happened to her, because other than a little bit of ooze trickling down her brow, she looked fine. I do like the DC studios are being very selective about DC shows they are putting out on HBO or HBO Max. Lanterns lends itself to linear HBO, meanwhile Peacemaker works better on streaming. True. They're being very strategic with everything. Would you recommend Alien Earth to someone like me who hasn't watched any Alien films? I mean, yeah. I mean, you probably enjoy it just fine. It's you don't really have to worry about anything other than some maybe passing familiarity, but yeah, go for it. Let's see. Wendy on Alien Earth is so goated. Yes, she is. Also, if people say, well, no one's forcing you to watch it, kind of feels like they are. Like, if you don't watch this one movie, you're automatically racist. What the hell? Logan, what are you on? Why do you feel like that's what they mean? What? Anyway, what did you think about Maxwell Lord's personality in Peacemaker? I've always seen Maxwell Lord as a cunning CEO boss who's kind of sneaky, but this Maxwell Lord seems more laid back. Well, James Gunn said he's based on the original Maxwell Lord, who was just kind of a morally gray corporate type. Like he was not a villain that they made him into later, which was apparently a more recent retcon of his character. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. What can you tell me about Fallout, Michael? Because I know shiitake mushrooms about the game. I mean, the show does a pretty good job at catching you up on damn near most of it. I mean, every game is set at a different vault in a different city, in a different state, in a different part of the country. Like, they're all their own standalone stories. None of them continue off of the back of one another. They're all completely independent. Like Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them are their own stories. You don't have to watch any of the other things to have any idea what's going on within them. They're all self-contained. Which is why the show also works, because like a different game would have been, it's set in a different place. But it's close to some things that we've seen before, like with New Vegas, which had its whole ass game, which is what we're going to be tackling in. So now it's crossing out of game territory and now going into game territory. But for the most part, you're also getting a lot more information in the Fallout TV show because they're going into the stuff before the bombs went off way more than you would ever get in the games. So I don't know. I don't really know other than just some random things like the death claws or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a huge Fallout guy. I've never really played any of them much. I've played between all the games of Fallout I've played maybe 12 hours, an hour and a half roughly, maybe 2 hours of New Vegas. I played probably about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours of 4, and then 8 hours of 76. Those are the only ones I've ever touched. But I've still never really got, because they're so large, the games, and open world, and the narrative is so like by choice. That's just a scratch on the surface of any of them. So I've come like nowhere near completing any of these stories, but they're I don't know what to tell you. The show is a pretty good encapsulation of what Fallout the games are even like, because your character has like choices with the dialogue, how they treat certain characters, the outcomes. It's a lot of decision making across it because it allows you to kind of make and craft that story. Our 3 leads in season 1 very much so follow 3 very key kind of types of players. You know, with Ella kind of being the goody good, the Ghoul being the baddie bad, and then the like when you go down the road just kind of being a dick to everybody and selfish about everything. And then Max was just kind of the in between. He's kind of flip-flopping like a fish. Waiting for Alien Earth is beautiful. Slightly, I don't know what that was in. Oh, that was the name of the kid, right? Also, did you know that Kevin lied when he said that he didn't want any MCU movie to start filming until the script was ready? I don't remember him being the one to kind of talk about that. But I finally watched all your Alien Earth reactions so far, and I love the whole different alien species and the xenomorph, of course. The characters are kind of secondary right now, but the cyborg, he's really interesting, and I want more, and I'm sure we'll get it. But yes, Morrow and the stuff going on with the kids and their existential crisis of being, I'm really interested in, especially as this last episode saw a lot of them taking their new forms very differently, especially the Ginger. I hope they make Mando and Grogu an event, because it has been 7 years since there's been a Star Wars movie. We'll see. Again, it's great. Why are we still on this, Logan? It's weird that you fixate on it. It's great that Sinners is a great movie, and I think from what I've heard, just the message is an important one. Just personally not interested in watching the movie itself, you know? Sure. Did I ever watch a version of Degrassi growing up? Not even at all. I don't think we even had it when I was a kid, like in any of the stations I had, but I've never watched it. I know Jay and Silent Bob show up on it at one point, but that's all I know. Who's my favorite character in Gravity Falls so far? I don't know, man. It's a tough one between Dipper and Mabel. Mabel is just so random that it's hilarious. I think it's 8. What's up, Annie Gamer? Reviews, how are you? First time catching a stream, I'm usually working. Currently, I'm working on the Platinum for Force Unleashed. Kill trophies are a boring grind. Yes, they are. I got that Platinum for the first one. I can't remember if I got it for the second one, but my God, killing all of the Wookiees and then Because that's also the best place to do some of the force kills as well, because they keep coming. As long as you're Vader, you can cross off so many of them in one spot. It just takes so fucking long, dude. Started RE3 remake and oh my freaking nemesis. Valid. Oh, we had a super chat here that's kind of creeped in. Hey, what's up, hero? Sent you an Instagram DM just now. Marvel related. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. I probably won't be able to do that. Unfortunately, I am too crammed on stuff. But I appreciate the offer, the extension. Did we just get another super chat? I think we did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you are. Out of curiosity, how long do you think My Adventures Season 3 will be in post? At least gives me a chance to watch Seasons 1 and 2. Wait, have you not watched Seasons 1 and 2? You got a profile icon for it. Or have you just not finished? Or are we... I have no idea. I think Seasons 1 and 2 were greenlit back to back, so I think that's one of the reasons they were released so close together. I think Season 3 was probably not in the cards at the time. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. We were probably going to get the Green Lantern show before we get Season 3. By my guess, but could be completely wrong about that one. As a filmmaker, I was a little offended by Suze Mabel and Dip poorly taking care of the cameras. I just found that horribly wasteful and counter to everything going on, and I felt for Dipper in all those moments. Guys, we're here on a mission. Focus. And they just kept wasting them all. Just finished your Dead Reckoning reaction, brilliant reaction. Had a good laugh with you. Personally, film was too long to watch in cinema. Felt like it could have shaved 20 minutes. I mean, probably. As soon as the Fiji mermaid was mentioned, I went on an explanation on the history to my husband. I've always had a love for learning the history of oddities. Yep. That was how I first found out about it. I would love a crossover with Cinepals. I don't know that I've never interacted with them. Always open. Have you watched Jay and Adam's reaction to Superman? We talked about this just a little bit ago. I started it. I got maybe like 5-10 minutes into it. I have not finished it yet. I prefer weekly shows. Me too. I like the red and yellow plane scene. Watched Gen 2 Season 2. I'm excited for. I was about to say, you watched how? I'm excited for Gen 2 Season 2 and Boys Season 5. I'll be watching them one a week rather than following Amazon's model so I can enjoy them more because I can avoid spoilers easily. Hell yeah. Might be wrong, but didn't Alien Earth Company use the brothers' parts instead of saving him? Yeah. I mean, he's still alive. He is just out a lung at the moment. They are using one of his lungs. To be fair, I think he got stabbed through that lung. So if it's his damaged one, I mean, it looked pretty okay when they took it out, but he got stabbed through the chest. So they could write that off. They're probably counting on it and being like, oh, we couldn't say it. I thought she was a Playboy bunny girl. Well, I mean, she is a bunny girl, but no. Let's see. Does Peacemaker Season 2 have any obvious connections to Superman? Yes. Yes. Stranger Things is also in December. Wait, isn't Avatar 3? Is it? I don't know. Everything is coming out in December. December is busy. When is Wonderland? Still no date yet. Wonderland. Just Joe's lung. That'd be some explaining to Wendy if they just let him die and strip him for parts. That's definitely how you get a villain origin story. Yep, very true. I could see Wonder Man moving to January. I would imagine that they'll probably push it. I would have to imagine. I have no interest in that show, man. Her White Rabbit has a multiple personality disorder. She has a personality that thinks she's the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. As many Batman's villains tend to do. But completely separate from Alice and separate from the Mad Hatter, to my understanding as well, from my recollection. Have no idea what Wonder Man is. Is it Marvel? It is. It's about a super-powered actor. What that is going to look like? No idea. I think I need to play Fallout New Vegas before Season 2. I have an itch to play it now. I was hoping to. I am not sure. I meant Wonder Man, not Wonderland. Okay, that makes way more sense now. Good to see you, Omni. Last time you named my stuffed lizard plushie Swizzard. Like the name because it sounds like wizard. And I even sewed a wizard hat for Swizzard. Thank you. Aw, that's adorable. You're welcome. I know I didn't take the naming seriously, but it has become part of your personality now. Or its personality. I think my live chat broke because it's frozen. Come on. Is the stream still okay? YouTube is not loading. There we go. There we go. All right. Stranger Things series finale is only on December 31st, so it won't overlap too much with Fallout on Percy Jackson. Still, those Stranger Things episodes are no joke. This background music is cracking me to fuck up. I feel like I'm on a magical quest inside a castle. Fitting. I wonder if Deadpool and the new Torch will interact in Doomsday. Quite possibly. When is Hell of a Boss returning? Will we have a new episode in September? But I feel like we're probably not going to get anything for season 3 until next year. Spoilers are an L. Don't be spoiling people. Peacemaker is apparently very important to the future of the DCU. That is what we're hearing. If you spoil it, you're going to bake you a pie and throw it at you. What's up, Duck Buzz? It's been a while, but Moscow calling again. Greetings, my man. Greets chat. What's up, Duck Buzz? How are you? Long time. Spoiler, Peacemaker is in Peacemaker Season 2. I assume the rooms with the doors to the 100 Earths is the important part of the DCU. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. What's my favorite movie podcast? Mine's John Capia Show, and They Are Too Many Movies podcast was featured in the 4K release of the Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry that came out this year. I don't really watch any. I mean, I used to watch a lot of John Campea, but I have not watched in quite a while. I don't watch a lot of movie podcasts anymore. Just not in my rotation at the moment. Let's see, don't worry, I'll wait for it to go down, but it sucks. As a Lego game fanatic, the new Bat game looks fire. Yeah, surprisingly enough, yeah, the new Lego Batman game looks kind of insane. These streaming services are very expensive as well, with prices going up each year, it feels like. That's true. When it comes to the MI franchise, I definitely have Ghost Protocol and Fallout tied as my favorites just because both feel extremely different in tone. GP was the first one I saw and thought it nailed the stylish, fun, popcorn flick vibe, whereas Fallout nailed the tension, the emotion, and especially with Luther and Ilsa talk. So true. For me, until I started my binge, 3 was my favorite. And then Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol is still number 4 for me. My top 3 is Fallout, Rogue Nation, and then Mission Impossible 3. But yeah, they're all great for the most part. Watching Omni stream instead of going to the family function. Hell yeah! Maybe not a goat, more like a work of the progress to be a better person. Question, Moxie versus Peacemaker. Who would win the worst daddy issues? 2020, whenever. It's kind of close situation. Honestly, their backstories are very similar. I don't want to give Augie any credit. I was going to say, at least Augie didn't kill his brother or kill, well, I mean, we don't know that he didn't kill his wife. But I was going to say, Moxie's dad murdered his mother because she was being too nice to his son. Their son. Which is kind of fucked up. But then again, Augie's part of the clan, so that might balance out. I'll go with Augie. Because at least Crimson, while to his own selfishness, is a little more accepting. At least. Do you think Oliver Queen will appear in Peacemaker Season 2, Omni? Maybe. I think anything is on the table right now. After watching CW Flash, I feel like Iris was the most hated character. I think she was until fucking why am I fucking blanking on her name right now? Cecile. I think she was until Cecile took over the entire show. What's up, Taco Boy? Watching the Twisted Metal show, I concluded that Axel has the most tragic backstory. But that's my opinion. I think it'd be tough between him and Quiet. But yeah, he had such a fucked up situation with between the whole dad thing and then his wife. That was messed up. Top 10 movies for me would be superheroes. Respect. Jurassic Park would be in mine, a couple Star Wars. I mean, Jurassic Park's my #1 movie. The first Matrix would probably be on there. Scott Pilgrim versus the World would probably be on there. But I don't know about a whole ass order. Can't believe Twisted Metal Season 2 is almost over. Yeah. Last 3 episodes all this coming week. Bought a Chandler Bing Funko Pop recently. Definitely in my top 5 favorite characters of all time. Respect. Respect. How's it going with finding time to finish FF7 and other games? Horrible. Absolutely terrible. I've still made 0 progress. I'm doing a rewatch for the MCU for the Avengers symbol last week, and it's still my favorite MCU movie. Some movies have come very close, but still reign supreme. Understandable. Understandable. Do you think Enid is going to end up with Ajax or stay with Bruno or end up single? I feel like she'll probably go back to Ajax. I feel like there might be something going on with Bruno. But we don't talk about Bruno. I like the room more they dance in season 2 at least. What? Oh, wait, what? Oh, the more they dance in season 2 at least. I get, okay. Talk about the opening intro, I guess. I like how Rick Flagg's hair is the same exact shape from Creature Commandos. It's just like animation brought it to life. I love Milchek. Yay! The dance is mostly the same. Why don't they make Severance Funko Pops? I'm surprised they don't have any right now. Excited for Shang-Chi 2 is in development. Is that true? I hope it is. I don't know why I'm avoiding watching Severance. Because it's peak. And if Logan's any example, you don't watch peak. I'm giving a speech in 4 days. Good luck. All the power to you. Did enjoy F1. It was alright. The camera work for the racing scenes was awesome. Movie kind of feels kind of long. 2 hours and 39 minutes. Hell yeah. I don't watch Peacemaker, but I apparently need to watch this orgy scene. Go for it. just watch that scene. My mother is forcing me to interact with people. I guess I have to go. Well, sometimes, whether we want to or not, we must socialize. Go off, be free, socialize, interact with other human beings. In the long run, it may be to your benefit. Fast forward to that scene in Peacemaker because I didn't care and it wasn't important. Important. It really isn't at all. Also, are we getting lanterns next year? Are you excited? I'm interested. I wouldn't say I'm excited. Did I see Preview's reaction to Jaws? I about died a couple times, especially at the one specific jump scare. No, I haven't. I haven't watched their Jaws reaction just yet. I saw that pop up and I was like, huh, how the fuck? Okay. So I don't know if it was like a rewatch or they legitimately, one of them has not seen it. That would be shocking. I was going to let go. I had to turn off the TV and skip the orgy scene. Someone walked in on me. Ooh. Oof. Losing money to Apple. Apple is increasing their sub price. I mean, all for it, man. Go for it. I'll pay Apple more money for it. At least War of the Worlds will generate memes. That it might. But in my heart, I swoon when I see Adrian Chase. What's up, Nether? I missed 40 minutes. It's all good. I'm like 40 minutes behind. Don't really know that it takes them that long anyway, more or less. Fuck you, Sean. I'll be good with this week's thirst. Jimmy would never act that way. Agreed. Did you see Peacemaker getting a season 3 and possibly 4? Or would it assume that we get DC shows that get multiple seasons? The MCU only had Loki get more than one season. Assume Daredevil Born Again. I mean, it's very, very likely. Jimmy, we need more Jimmy energy. No, less Jimmy. How do you think Twisted Metal season 2 is going to end? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know how we get out of this situation. Let alone survive it and get what we want. I don't know. I got nothing. I have no idea. When people see Jimmy didn't act like Jimmy, I'm kind of curious what they mean by that, because we're talking about a character who at one point was adopted by Superman and turned into a giant turtle monster. Also, I didn't think Jimmy Olsen as Supergirl acted much like Jimmy. I know that he acted too cool, you know. That also was not Jimmy. I hate that Jimmy probably more than... I mean, he acted more like Jimmy than this Jimmy did. But everything else about that character was also so horribly wrong. I don't like either of those Jimmys. They're both terrible Jimmys. Was Jimmy actually liked Eve until the end of the movie? He's just a fucking dick. I just didn't think any of it was funny. Anyway, I'm an excessive pattern recognizer, but interesting questions to ask at a panel. I'm going to task you with asking, since you go to these things. I will probably not, I don't know if there's going to be an Alien Earth panel anywhere I go, but if it comes up, it was at SDCC, but I don't know if there would be one if I happen to go again. But whatever, if I have a chance, maybe I'll try. Let's see. Whining with Omni, but he's drinking something other than wine? Sus. What? I have wine. Finished season 3 of Buffy. The prom episode always makes me cry when the students award Buffy as class protector. Yeah, good times, man, good times. I'm so happy to swoon again watching Rick Flag Sr. I was swooning while watching him in Creature Commandos. Hell yeah. Here's a not so fun fact about me. All right. When I was in high school and my dad was visiting, my mom and dad are divorced. He dropped the bombshell on me that was my dad's side of the family were slave owners. I mean, let's be real. If you're white, there is a extremely high chance someone in your family probably was. It is the reality of the world we were born into. It is, even the people that fought against it, at some point, most of them still, at some point, had one. Until they woke up and was like, maybe this is probably a bad thing. Owning a human being. I mean, I don't, not to like take it any lightly at all, but I just feel like that's most families in this country, and that's another reason why I think it's absolutely absurd, not to get something a little too on the nose with some current topics going on, why some of that stuff should probably still be talked about and not buried and hidden or washed away. You know, it's something to be aware of, something to talk about, just like everything. We don't only need to highlight the good parts of history, because guess what? That's how you repeat history. As we constantly and currently are repeating history. Because people are fucking stupid. Anyway, that little tangent. Is that Green Ranger helmet behind you? It is. It is indeed. I think Ward was my favorite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character at first. Interesting. I don't know what that says about you, Sean. They are remodeling Cracker Barrels to look more like boring modern things also. Yes, in fucking deed they are. I want to ask you this, but why didn't you put the Superman symbol/logo in your thumbnails of the trailers and reviews? Because it was not attached to the logos that I sourced. It's not on any of the logos, so I did not. Luckily heard that we're getting longer Last of Us Season 3, thankfully. Yes, indeedy doody. We would need to, honestly. After learning that, my mind was just hella messed up because I put a massive priority on my family. Like, I'm not like that. Not at all. Neither is my dad and one of the family right now, but it's just nuts. I mean, the deeper you go, that's just all you're gonna find. All you're gonna find. Let's see. I hope that lanterns will have them in their costumes in space in some scenes and not just walking around on the road asking for a ride. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna see their powers. Like, that's not even an issue. Annoy my errors, and yeah, it's all history shit. I meant British East India Company, which owned continents. Okay, right. The East India Trading Company and all that? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about there. Pullman City is a city of workers for a corporation. Okay, so we were in the right place. We had a lot of those here because of all the coal mines. For a long time, a lot of the coal mine towns, all the coal mines had their own towns, which were corporate owned, had their own currency, so you had to use them at the company store. You got company currency, you couldn't use your currency anywhere else, so you had to stay there, work in the mines, go in, spend their money on their things. It's all that. So it is a little bit of a hybridization of that, but it's also I mean, it's always kind of been with Alien, but this tackling of like the capitalistic machine that absorbs everything, and to the point where there are no countries, there's only companies. I was rewatching Arrow and I noticed the character Wildcat just appeared without a trace after training Laurel. Never heard from again. Didn't he die? I thought he got killed in like one fight, or did he just disappear? I can't remember. I do remember him being there, but I don't remember what happened to him after, because he participated in one of the big old fights at the end too for a minute, but I don't remember. Gotta go. Have a good week. Might lurk until the kid gets here. Great reactions as always. Take it easy, Christina. Have fun, and we'll see you next time. And you've given me some things to ponder, to think about. Do you like any period piece films, or is that not really your thing? I like them quite a bit. It just depends on the subject matter at hand. Like Sherlock stuff, love it. Love the vibe, especially when it's set in the period. It just depends. Like Sinners, another period piece. 1917 was a fantastic movie. Loved it set in the period that was in. Yeah, I've absolutely nothing against period pieces. Facehuggers freak me out. They should. If they want to latch onto your face and then shove a tube down your throat and put an egg in you. I'm more of a body hugger. Fair, based. All right, I'm off, everybody. Have a great stream and great evening. I will go eat a bunch of horrible food. Hell yes, live the dream. Who even has time to watch movies? True. So true. I don't know how much Green Lantern lore you are aware of, Omni, but if you are fairly well versed, do you want lanterns to stay very basic, or you want you to tackle more recent lore? I would prefer them to stay kind of just on point, just basic. Just if we're going to do a mystery show, just do a mystery show. Just go in, do them investigating this thing, aliens, power stuff. If you want me to get any kind of geeky, you will definitely, and James Gunn, it might happen. You will show me Chip. That's all I want. James Gunn's comments is a bit worrisome because he said that he's not a fan of time travel and The Flash is coming soon. I don't know what that means for Flashpoint down the road. Maybe means no Flashpoint. Flashpoint's only important when you need to retcon everything. So if you don't have a universe you feel like you need to retcon, there's no reason to Flashpoint. I'd be fine if we lived in a world where there's no Flashpoint. Thoughts on the Lego Batman game? Looks sick as hell. We finally have active civilians running around in Gotham, even if they are Lego people. I don't know, I might actually play this Lego game. Have I seen that Date Everything game? Thoughts? I have. I talked to Robbie Damon about it for a little bit. Sam played it for a little while, but not my kind of game. But the concept is hilarious. Although Reverse Flash's thing is time travel and Booster Gold, I need those too. He probably means in the way that using it as a device to retcon shit. Omni, how much people have to super chat for you to only play Witcher 3 for the rest of your life? Enough to sustain me financially. So no less than, let's say no less than $4,000 a month. Go. I mean, that's still less than what I make at my day job currently, but that's enough, I think, to feed the cats, take care of myself, and be just perfectly fine feeding everybody. But for the rest of my life, I couldn't expand at all. That's the only problem. I need to get a house. I need to save up for a house. So I can give these cats a little more room to run around in. Can't wait for the Booster Gold show that's being written right now. I hope we get some time travel in it. I mean, we kind of have to. Otherwise, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. You're playing video games against someone and suddenly you hear the other guy screaming, 1A, 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 and you're getting punched. Well, that would be weird. But funny. Bits and pieces of it. Well, get to it, man. Get to it. Get to it. Can't be flaunting that icon and not having watched it. Get in there and start watching it. It's so good. Danny Mata just reacted in a short to Alex Brighton mentioning him again. This beef will always be funny to me. It's almost like, man, I'm not nearly as big as Danny, channel size wise and stuff like that. But I'm just like, man, makes me wish I started some beef. Maybe I'm too nice. I need to start beefing. Because he also just shared that Morgana brought him up on a panel. And I'm like, God damn it. Pick me. It's funny though. Guy's like infinitely more creative than I am. But he also, I think he does, I'm pretty sure he does this all full time though. Little bastard. What's up, Sidekick? Have I seen anything from Interview with the Vampire? The movie. That's it. Also, hello there. Fell asleep for the last 12 minutes of F1. Not surprising. It's working. Testing. Seems fine. Can you see me? So yeah, it was just my browser that died at least. Sorry, shopping for birthday presents. What do 13-year-old boys like? I mean, I don't know if I'm a great example. I would like, I mean, when I was 13, what even was there to do? I was like, PlayStation game, Nintendo game, action figures still even, swords. All things I would have dug as a 13-year-old when I was growing up. I don't know if 13-year-olds still care about that shit today. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. I'm a little out of touch. The world was different when I was a kid. Back in my day. As a teen, I might be able to answer this one, but I have questions. What do you know about this 13-year-old? I hear you guys mentioning Peacemaker retcon, but does one still need to watch season 1 to watch season 2? Yes. Oh, yes. Definitely yes. I mean, do you need to? I guess not, because I mean, they fill you in on everything you need to know in episode 1 of season 2. You could probably skip it, but everything in season 1, except for one scene, is still canon. So it's all on you to figure that out. Okay, wife wants to get some dinner, so I'm out. Have a great night all. Take it easy, Russell. Have fun and have some good eats. If you know the favorite caller or that caller of clothes, maybe if they need to read like a book, give them like a novel. As a K-pop and Twice fan, it's awesome to see KDH being so popular. I would be so excited if they made a sequel or anything related to this universe. They almost certainly will be. Also, funny thing that I noticed when I was putting out like a short for this, when it was showing the rankings for the bands, the groups, and Huntrix was at the top with such a huge lead. Number 2 on the list was Twice. I thought that was funny. That was fun. That was the fun little thing to catch in there once you know. Rick Flag Sr.'s hair is amazing. Yes, it is. When you don't know what to do for a present, you give them money in a card. That's all I do anymore. What's up, Patrick? How are you? How are things? Things are good. Tired, but good. It was Adam's first time watching Jaws. I'm just disappointed, I guess. I'm just disappointed. I started watching Severance this week. Just got to season 2. Hell yeah. He says he doesn't watch movies from before he was born, aside from Star Wars, 12 Angry Men, and now Jaws. Such a weird fucking selection. Adam. What the fuck? There's so many other good ones. I know they're both older than me by like what? 2-3 years? 4 years? I can't remember. But come on, there's so many good movies that came out before we were born. Preview Jaws was one of them, but had not seen it as he does not watch movies. Came out before he was born, he said. I feel like I gotta slap him. What's up, Gnome? How are you? What is Twisted Metal about? Well, the show is a post-apocalyptic world where everybody's either holed up in a city or on the outskirts trying to survive. And it follows a guy with amnesia who doesn't remember anything about himself, delivering packages to and from said cities, and just gets swept up in the chaos of this big delivery that he's got to make to this dangerous territory and all the crazy psychopaths he meets along the way, to finally in season 2 joining a tournament to get his wish granted, which is the games. The games are always a tournament. You're a driver basically in a destruction derby where all the cars have weapons, missiles, all kinds of crazy stuff. Everybody is a lunatic, and the whole thing is to be the last one standing and get your wish granted by this the host of the tournament named Calypso, which is finally what we got to in season 2. Season 1 was we learned was the audition for the competitors to be invited into said game, and season 2 is the game. It's been a lot of fun. It's dark as shit, but in a fun way. A lot of dark humor. It's somehow both extremely dark, very graphic, and then some of the most juvenile humor you've ever seen. That also is very good. The show or the game? Did you like Lois and Clark, Jimmy? Assuming you watched that. From what I remember very vaguely, I honestly, wait, I'm getting things confused. I've maybe seen part of an episode of Lois and Clark, so it's hard to say. Jimmy, who actually wasn't Jimmy in Smallville, was pretty damn close. What's my favorite dessert? It really depends on my mood, really, but probably cake, like vanilla cake or marbled cake or those like cookie marbled brownie combos, the thing that like Domino's has. That thing is sick. I don't know. I usually don't even eat dessert most of the time, but when I do either, is it not the same? Yeah, in the games, it's not really a post-apocalyptic world or anything like that. They are just invited to this tournament, and they're a bunch of crazy fuckers who all have these dark, twisted backstories. Some fun, some zany, some macabre as shit. And then compete. But the show set it in a post-apocalyptic world, and honestly, it's probably the better for it. I have to go. It'll probably be 40 minutes till you see this. 17, bitch. We've caught up a little bit. But take it easy, man. Thank you for stopping in. Kind of want Rick Flex Sr. and Peacemaker to throw hands. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. New gender label for me. Yay. I don't even know what this was in reference to. Did I see that a dumb fan straight up told George R. R. Martin at a Worldcon that he won't be around for much longer? She got booed heavily, deservedly so. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. The thing is, I'm more surprised that he would show up in any of these places. I'd be more surprised if no one said anything about it. I'm shocked that he would even go to these places with how much he doesn't like people to bring it up, because you would know everybody would bring it up. Or at least somebody would. So yeah. It's still rude to do, but I mean, it's to be expected. I've always cherished your channel, man. Rock on. Thank you, Ashma. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, he just disappeared. Who is this talking about? Who are we talking about with this? I can't keep things straight anymore, man. I can't. Oh, yeah, Wildcat. He got beaten up, and it looked like he was going to die, but then he didn't, and he just left off screen. Okay, thank you. That cleared it up. So is James Gunn going to be the showrunner of the DC universe, and other people are going to be making movies under him, or is he actually making all the movies? No, he's just making the ones he wants to make. writing the ones he wants to write, and then divvying out and approving everything else. I mean, he's got final say on everything, but he's not micromanaging it all, to my understanding. Question: have you heard of The Free State of Jones starring Matthew McConaughey? I have not. If not, is the movie, I believe, should be watched by everybody at least once in their lives. Well, no, because you recommended that, I'm not going to watch it now. I can be a little shit sometimes. Apparently, Peacemaker Season 2 and Lanterns are important to the main mystery of the DCU. We'll see how. Ever watched Titanic? Of course I have. Saw that shit in theaters. So Jay had kind of gone far. What's up, JC? How are you? Not gonna lie, you're living the worst level of Grand Theft Auto was the funniest line in that new episode. Had me dying. Yeah, dude, that got me good. Also, the not so fun fact about me, I kind of feel like you took something I decided to reveal that was very personal and took it and decided to go on a whole tangent about something else. Well, I mean, I'm trying to help you reconcile with it. I didn't turn it into anything else other than what it is. I mean, it's as much as it feels personal, that is the story of most people in this country. Most people just don't think about it. But that's just the reality of being born in this country. Or any Western country. Like, it's perfectly okay to feel bad about it, but like, it shouldn't. I feel like we're well. I mean, if it's not affecting them to the current day, it shouldn't be any issue at all for anybody that's passed, because it's an inevitability. The bright side of it is that, guess what? They learned, they evolved, they changed, and you grew up not knowing that. That's great. But I do think it's a little ill-conceived or naive to think that anybody's family didn't at some point have, or that anybody didn't do anything nefarious at all in your family at any point. But like, yeah, it's just the sad, harsh reality of living in a Western country. Thing is, I don't know about mine. I don't know enough about my family because half my family is either adopted or they don't talk to each other. So I don't even know, but I can assume it's almost certainly the exact same situation. Also, the deeper you get, we won't even get into that. It might make things worse. I was like, if you get deeper into, it's just going to get more difficult. More difficult the deeper you go back into your family's history anyway. The important thing is, they are currently not that. And that's the important thing. Yes, let's move on. Thank you. Logan likes to bring things back around and get stuck on points, so I would love to get away from this. I mean, no Flashpoint is fine as long as we still get some time travel with this Flash in these movies. I don't think I wouldn't expect to see Flash just willy-nilly zip zooming through time on a whim. I mean, it's not like a integral, like it's an important part of some Flash's stories, but it's not like all Flash does is time travel. Yeah, Flash just has to run for me. Yeah, same. Same. The series or not? I wonder if which one was in reference to? Was this Twisted Metal, I think, maybe? Apparently wants the Lazarus Pit at some point. To be expected, I would hope so. Got a new fan cast, Steve and John Ward as the Question. Who is Stephen John Ward? Oh, Mihawk. God, I had to, like, when I don't see him with the goatee and everything, I have a hard time recognizing him. I mean, I've only seen him as Mihawk, so it's hard to give like a fully formed opinion. But he was fantastic as Mihawk, man. Hard to say. Question about what bad parts of history are we ignoring, because I feel like all we talk about are the bad parts of history. Good. I feel like we should probably focus on a lot of the bad parts of history so we don't forget them. Which is why I don't like what's going on right now. Anyway, when I was 13, it was 2010. When I was 13, 1999? Hold up, I can't math. 2001. Yeah, I've missed that by 2 years. 2001. I have a watch Companion 2025. I have not. Do I have any interest in seeing the movie Weapons? I do. I do really want to see what all the hubbub is about. I want that Lazarus pit to look like it's monster energy and radioactive, glowing. Is there a previously on Peacemaker? There is a previously on Peacemaker. Is that even green? I don't drink. Is this a bit working? I'm excited for Mighty Nine, of course. Unfortunately, it looks a little bit disappointing, so my expectations are low. I don't know. It looks crisper than Legend of Vox Machina. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. But yes, of course, I'm highly excited for Mighty Nine. I don't know how it can look. I don't know. I don't know what could be disappointed about it. But I'm sorry that you feel disappointed. You know more than me about all of it anyway. I don't know much about it going into it, so I don't have any expectations really, other than more Critical Role, more insane, and what I saw at SDCC. Let's see. James Gunn is one lucky dude. His wife is gorgeous. Wife, I could never. Cries in single. The only issue I have with Superman is Rick Flex Sr. didn't feel like the same character from Creature Commandos. Hope Peacemaker Season 2 fixes that. I mean, I don't feel like we saw enough to really make a good judge of that, personally. Back to the Future? I don't know. It's a good question. Omni, Dean Cain. Did you hear about him? Enough said. Oh, yeah. We talked about Dean Cain a few weeks ago. I am officially 79% done. Just need to do a few more kill trophies and the hardest difficulty, then I'm done. Almost there. Almost there. Keep on going. If you were to give Tom Sturridge a role in the MCU, what would you give him? I don't know enough MCU to really tell. Like Marvel stuff. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I was gonna say in DC, let's just have him be Sandman. Just have him be Dream again in the DCU. Why not? Fuck it. But in MCU, I don't know. Chameleon. He could be a really, really good chameleon with his bone structure and everything like that. Though, you'd have to shave him. You'd have to shave his head. So I don't know. He doesn't watch movies from before he was born. That's fucking stupid. I wouldn't say it's stupid. It's strange. Missing my emo boy. Fan service would not exist for me if I didn't watch movies before me. That's fine if others do. Who generated the way for me was not a reference to anything said by you or in chat. So you just felt the need to blurt that out. Alrighty. Do the Twisted Metal wishes work out, or do they end up careful? What you wished for. Twist kind of wish. In the games, it's inconsistent. Only because it changes from game to game. Everybody's backstory is different game to game, but most of the games, the wishes all have a sadistic twist to them. Sometimes they don't. Most of the times they do. I think it just depends. Most of the time, what you wish for in the games does not equate to what you thought, but is technically what you wished for. Like so far in the show, everybody's wish who we've heard, well, I won't get into that. There are rules of the world. Con, to not ask about his book. They had it actually up to not mention it. Then yeah. Woof. But you knew somebody would have to not. You can put up all the signs you want. Somebody's gonna think they're the exception. That's just the inevitability of it. Somebody would have tried. And they did, apparently. Wildcat. It's Wildcat. Say that again. James Gunn says he likes Wildcat. Wildcat's a sick-ass character, man. Curious how Lanterns the Supergirl will succeed, since it's the first DCU projects written by other people. Oh, we'll have to see. All we can do is see. I just hope that they do. I think Wildcat is one of the reasons why I like the Black Daredevil costumes. I just think the Black Daredevil costume looks sick as hell. It looks very similar to Iron Fist's outfit, almost, kind of, except all black. Yo, Cosmo, what's up, man? Happy Saturday, right back at you. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Did I ever watch Blind Spot? And I'm rewatching it and waiting on your reaction to all the Twisted Metal love. All your reactions on me. Thank you, Patrick. Hell yeah. What's up, Axel? How are you? It's like when you see old Southern people you know from the Jim Crow South, makes you think they probably had some racist thinking in their past, and just because of the age of where they were and where they're from. Yep. Am I ever going to react to Alice in Borderland? Maybe one day, but right now, not on the radar. Yes. Finished watching your reaction to the Shields episode, Inside Voices, and while it was sad that the show didn't get initial mainstream attraction when it was finding its footing with the first season, I do love that it rewards the audience and the characters, the storytelling, and how it reinvents itself, and it's always crazy to look back and see how different things are now. Yes, they do a phenomenal job at rewarding the viewer for sticking it out. Like a really, really good job. It's amazing. So question for Hasbin Hotel, what do you think Abel will be like? I think he's going to be a sweet little boy. I think he's going to be a sweet little guy. I mean, that's how they've described it. I think he's going to be the complete opposite of Adam. That is what they've kind of laid before us. That's kind of the impression I get from his design. I think he's going to be a little sweet lad. We'll see, though. Where's Kane? Are we going to meet Kane in season 2? Is he in hell? Probably. What's up, Hunter? What is your thoughts on people on YouTube saying that James Gunn does not have a plan for the DCU? I think those people are jumping the gun and talking about something they simply have no way of knowing. I think he definitely has a plan. But we don't know. I don't know. They don't know. I think anybody saying that right now is just looking for something to complain about. Alice in Borderland is amazing. It's like Squid Games meets sci-fi. I heard it's like you're like a video game. Like you're trapped in a virtual world and it's all murder and blah, 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 blah. I can't remember. I looked it up at one point when people were trying to make the comparison, but I was like, this doesn't sound like Squid Game. Just found out Argus agent woman who was talking to Rick Flag. She was once a bodyguard to Bruce Wayne in the comics. Okay. I did not know that one. I like Starguard JSA, but I kind of want Brave and Bold JSA. Old people! Yeah, let's go for it. I mean, the JSA clearly existed in some form in this world, it seems like, according to the murals. Here are my fan casts for Brainiac. Martin Ford. Martin Ford. Is, like this giant, huge buff dude for Brainiac? Or is this the wrong guy? I mean, this is the credit coming up. Wouldn't be my first pick for Brainiac. But I got an open mind. What did you think of Peyton List as Ivy in Gotham? Wait. Oh! There's two Peyton Lists. I was like, what are you talking about? Yet obviously the only one showing up is the Cobra Kai one at this point. Gotham. Yeah, there you are. That's wild to me. Anyway, sorry. What did I think about her as Ivy? All of it made me uncomfortable. Like all of it. Every bit of it. Everything they did with Poison Ivy in Gotham made me uncomfortable. I think that was the point, but Peyton List was fine. She was the third level Pokemon to her little evolution trajectory. I honestly do not remember a whole lot from her time being a full-blown adult, other than the fact that, oh my god, it just made it even creepier when she started doing Poison Ivy related things. Let's see. Are you gonna watch Squid Game Challenge Season 2 when it comes out? No. I haven't watched the first season. Yeah, I'm gonna get around that. Anyway, I want to call it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I have a comment that's about something else that I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Anyway, if you don't learn from the past, especially bad moments in history, you're doomed to repeat it. I wonder what the question would look like. It's either cool or nightmare fuel. It depends on what they do with it. What DCU character would you be? What DCU character would you be steaming mad if they ignore that character? I mean, honestly, I think the only ones I'd be steaming mad if they ignored the character would be, I mean, obviously any of the main Justice League. Or if we have a Bat Family and we don't have a Dick Grayson. Oh, it had nothing to do with your comment, no. Nothing to do with your comment. So, question for Squid Game. Do you see Thanos as less evil than Namgyu and MG Coin? Kind of all just the same little cesspit of git. What color heart emoji do you tend to use? Just the regular one. Most of the time, just the regular one, the red one. Because I'm boring. Do you think that Black Cat will ever be in the MCU? Probably not. But one can hope. I'll be watching that Supergirl trailer as soon as it releases. Sames. Sames. Can't wait for Creature Commando Season 2, but I'm so bummed that Nina is gone. Same. That still irked me, man. I was so sad about that at the end. I think Rick Flag is supposed to be a little different in each thing, considering the situation Flag is going on to the protagonist side of CSC, and then a Peacemaker Season 2, he's probably going to be a little mad at me. Yes, in fact, you might have known this before I likely logged off, but a Navy guy who told Ethan to inhale/exhale before submarine sequence in DFO Stephen Young. If the name sounds familiar, it's because he's the mocap/voice actor for Martin Lee. Okay, I did not know that. Well, thank you, and again, so many little people sprinkled all throughout that fucking movie, man. Name kind of got me upset. Same. Yes, please. Tom back as Dream. Don't you dare shave his hair. And then that's where Cosmo came in. Just the bride, more tragic of a character, though. There weren't really signs. They just had a disclaimer before the QA not to mention it. Or they can't ask a question. They were allowed to mention other books in a series, though. Fair enough. Still fucked up to do it, but people and social boundaries at a convention. Yeah. One of the X-Men, maybe? I was trying to think of one, but I was like, I'm kind of having a hard time like thinking about who he'd be a good fit for. Cyclops. Person who dissed George also said she'd be a perfect for a role in a future Game of Thrones prequel series. Wow. Now that, what a play. What a fucking play. Mabel Abel. Jumping the James Gunn, har. Yeah, I can pun it up with the best of them. Call me James Pun. Let's see. Have a good day and night, Omni. See you later. DCU just started the plan. Hasn't even started to form yet. Exactly. I want DCU Stargirl. I hope we do at some point. That'd be cool. Yes. Fan cast for Brainiac is Bryan Cranston. I mean, he could probably do it, but I don't know. Then again, Brainiac could very well be mocapped. Who knows? Mabel, I'm not that mentally stable. I can stand on a table. I can see a label. He's a man sit together with fable. Yeah, Sean just put us on a little show here. Martin Ford might be cool for an out-of-the-box casting for Brainiac. Very possible. I'm not familiar with his work, though. Don't make song lyrics. Let's see. I would love to see Justice League Dark in the far future. I know my man Swamp Thing's coming. Yes, he is. Have ever played Bloodborne? A little. Kinda? A little bit. Very little bit. How to rank the Superman clones for Reign of Superman story? From the most enjoyable to, oh my god, get off my screen. From best to worst, I'm gonna go John Henry Irons, Superboy. Fuck, what's the Kryptonian one? Fuck, what was his name? Eradicator, thank you. I kept wanting to say Devastator, and that's a completely different thing. Eradicator, and then probably Cyborg Superman is probably my least favorite of the bunch. I really hope you can continue your gaming content. I want to see you play games too. Me too, man. Me too. Was my Patrick comment gonna be spoiler worthy by chance? Your Patrick comment. I don't know what you're talking about. Patrick comment. Oh, whoops. As a massive Fallout Boy fan, if Patrick Stump doesn't sing and has been, I will riot. Oh, he almost certainly will. And no, sorry, I just accidentally skipped it. Skimming through a couple of other comments we're moving on from. One game I really want to see you play is Silent Hill 2. The day I see a notification for the first playthrough, it'll be one of the best days ever. I do want to play that one of these days, man. Seeing the words player 456 eliminated hurts so bad, especially seeing Gyun was one of my favorites. Also, don't know how to feel about the American show, but if Lee Byung-hun is in it, I'll definitely have to see it. Samey same. I'm back at the bank and give me the flipping coin back thing. Cops coin back and flip with the doge. Is this a sentence? What is happening, Sean? What is happening right now? I am nearly caught up. I am. Eradicator. This is the fastest you've ever caught up to a chat, Omni. Wow. He's caught up, everybody. Spam! Make him talk about the X-Files. Robert Patrick! Good try. Nick Chinless. Are you going to check out To Be a Hero X? Not anytime soon, no. Did you hear about this rumor where the director said that Thanos would have carried Junhee? I broke if he's... Oh, Thanos. I was thinking like MCU Thanos. I was like, wait a minute, what? She jump rope if he survived. That feels like out of character for Thanos. Unless he was purely doing it to piss off. What's his face? Eradicate. My ranking is the same, although I would swap Superboy and Steel, mainly because I kind of like Superboy's design better. That's valid. I was thinking about the characters themselves. If we're talking design or aesthetics in general, I agree. I didn't know Pippi has been in here the entire time. He's just in... I just noticed he's in the closet back there licking himself. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Need me some watermelon now. BUV characters in Octoman. Stop talking, explosion. Most of the time they stop talking because of the explosion. Do you think Thanos will be in Doomsday, Omni? Hey, anything's possible. All right, who let him get so close? He's locked in. Hey, man, we're gonna celebrate this win a little bit early today. Why not? What are 3 characters you hope are in Doomsday that haven't been announced yet? I'll be honest, I don't remember who's been announced and who hasn't been. Shang-Chi? Was he announced? If not, Shang-Chi. Spider-Man. Spider-Man hasn't been announced yet. Give me Spider-Man. Chris Evans. There you go. I got you 3. Sleep Myung-gi, also known as MG Coin or 33. Thank you. I could not remember. I just didn't want to say MG Coin. I just knew I could have, but I didn't want to say it. They bring in Superboy. Do you think they'll go with his look from the 90s or Young Justice one, which is based on his new 52 look? Knowing James Gunn, probably will go for the 90s look. We'll have to wait and see. It's winning with Omni now. Nah. Are you going to watch Nezha 2? Well, I haven't seen the first one, so that's a no. I watched Nezha 1. Minor Spider-Man, Thanos, and Wolverine. Shang-Chi has been announced. Feck. Then Wolverine. Not a character, just Chris Evans. Yeah, very, very true. Alright, guys. Seriously, though. We caught up. Great on us. I'm still so tired. I'm gonna probably go back to bed. Or eat and then go to bed. I've
We made it through the stream on 2.5 hours of sleep. But we did it. We did it. We did it as all. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the interesting conversations here and there. And we'll catch you guys next time. See you all next week. Take care, everybody.